Well, we welcome you to show number 1 of the 2025-26 college basketball season as we come to you from Carelli's tonight. It is Buffs prime time. It's always kind of odd. We haven't done a show before the first of the year, but because of the way the calendar unfolds this year, we're out here before the Buffs actually jump into conference play. Tonight on the show, we've got not only Tad Boyle, be here for a couple of segments. JR Payne is going to join us, and freshman Jalin Holland is going to be with us as well as we broadcast on the Colorado Basketball Network. We're live on Facebook at the CU Buffs Facebook page, and the show will air on our flagship 850 KOA in Denver following this tonight, tape delayed from 8 until 9 o'clock as we welcome in the head coach. What kind of mood are you in as we get things on our way here? You okay or not?
We're going to talk Broncos, Nuggets. What are we talking tonight here?
I would need to ask you about Nikola Jokic and what you think of him. I just know that after the last couple of ball games, you haven't been necessarily happy.
No, it's been a rough couple of weeks, but right. Life just kind of has a way of showing up, and you got to deal with whatever hand you're dealt, and kind
of ruins the holidays for you, though, doesn't it?
It's really tough, yeah. Mark. I tell you, it's funny. I love what I do, and I love working with young men, and I still got fire in the belly. So but it was funny. I was driving to the event center, at about 4:30 on Christmas Day, thinking, man, I wish I didn't have to work on Christmas night, and I'm sure our players didn't feel like coming to the gym, but they did, and we had a couple good practices, and you wanted to get that taste of the Stanford loss out of your mouth, but we ran into a UNC team, and we knew going into it they were a really good team. They hung 90 points at Texas Tech.
That's right.
Texas Tech is as good a team in our league, talented team, and they Texas Tech scored 101 to beat them, but we weren't able to do that because we haven't been shooting the ball as well as we're capable of. But we're still scoring enough points. So ran into a really, really good UNC team, and they took it to us, and came out with a win. So you let teams like that stick around. We got that thing to a 6-point lead with about 15 minutes to go. But Mark, you've heard me talk enough now through the years. We're just not good enough defensively to separate ourselves from teams, and it's been like that all year. It's not just been the UNC game or the Stanford game or the CSU. Even in some of our wins, we're just not good enough defensively yet to hang our hat.
You and I have talked enough about this with what we're dealing with in the landscape of college athletics right now. I think talent has been dispersed.
No question.
Right? So you see teams out of the Big Sky. I've seen 4 of them this year. They all had very good players, right?
Yes.
Everybody in college basketball at this level can score. What really sets teams apart is on the other end, as you well know.
Yeah.
So how do you instill that in your team? Now they've been taught a couple of lessons here as a result of the lack of defense.
You got to experience. There's no teacher like experience. Yeah. I mean, and the truth and reality. Like, if you don't fix your problems, your opponents eventually will.
Will expose them. Yeah.
They'll expose them, and we've been exposed, and so. It's just a matter of understanding, maturing, growing, and committing to it. Because we've got a lot of young guys on our team that they identify with the offensive side of the ball and the ball going in the basket, and we're pretty good at that. Offensively, golly, we had 5 turnovers against Northern Colorado. Last year we would have been jumping through hoops to celebrate that. This year it's just like, okay, we take care of the ball pretty well. Every team presents its own challenges to a coach, and this team, I've got to, and our staff, we've talked about changing some things now that the non-conference portion, is over with. You'd like to think you could go toe-to-toe with UNC or even a Stanford. We did it with Washington, who's really talented, and Providence, who's really talented, San Francisco, who's really talented, and came out with wins, but we weren't able to do it the last 2 games.
Did I hear the number correctly in the first half? You guys were 5 of 22 at the rim?
I misspoke. We were 10 of 22.
10 of 22.
But still,
that's –
yeah, when you've got the size advantage and, we've got to finish better. And I had individual meetings with players today, this afternoon, and we talked about things that they need to get better at and the things that they're doing well and because it's about improving. And it's funny – I was as positive today as I've been after a loss, I think, in my career probably at CU, because I feel like with this young team, we have to commit to, you hear Nick Saban talk about it all the time, right? Trust the process, process. Well, we've been a great development program through the years, the last 15 years. We've developed really good players, coming in as freshmen and getting better every year. And, whether you're talking about KJ Simpson or Tristan DeSilva or Spencer Dinwiddie, you name the guy, we've proven that we can do that. And that's one of the reasons that the young players that are on our team chose to come to Colorado is because of that development kind of game plan, and the proof's kind of in the pudding. And I reminded them today, hey, remember why you came to Colorado. And this is part of the process. This is part of development, which is getting punched in the face a little bit, and how are you going to respond to it? And it's not about feeling sorry for yourself. It's not about, making excuses and pointing fingers. It's about, hey, cinch up your bootstraps and let's come back to work and let's get better.
So are the defensive issues, is it everyone's responsibility? Is it team defense? Is it mentality? Is it intensity? What is it?
A little bit of everything.
Sure.
It starts defense starts with grit and toughness and the want to. So it starts with that. Then you talk about, okay, can you guard the basketball? Can you guard it one-on-one? And the better you can guard the ball, especially your guards, guarding the ball one-on-one, now you have to help less. In the game of college basketball today, ball screen defense now becomes, in addition to guarding the ball, because now when they're setting ball screens for their ball handler, how does your ball screen defense execution go? So, it's a combination of things. And the biggest problem we've had, Mark, most of I look at the CSU game and I look at yesterday's game, the biggest problem is when the shot goes up and it's missed, we don't finish the possession. Right. And that's, because if we do that at CSU, we win that game. We finish we got our stop. We just didn't get the rebound. They get the rebound, or it goes out of bounds off us. They score on the out of bounds, or whatever the case may be. So, yeah, it's just a matter of putting it all together, and we have yet to do that.
I think over the course of all the years you've been here, there have been guys you've had that have been great defenders. You've had some really good on-ball defenders.
Yep.
Who's that guy right now?
Well, up until about 3 weeks ago, it was Felix Casares. Felix is he's got the physical tools, he's got the size, he's got the strength, he's got the length, he's got the ability to really guard. But he has not been himself over the last 2 or 3 weeks for whatever reason. And I met with Felix today, and we talked about it. And he's a real quiet kid, so you don't always know what's going through his mind. But he's got the ability to. I think Jalin Holland, who you're going to talk to tonight, Jalen's got the physical ability. Josiah Sanders, I met with Jalin and Josiah both today. Those guys can be really be lockdown defenders, because it takes a little bit of physicality. That's one area where Isaiah Johnson struggles. He's a little light in the loafers right now in terms of having some strength that he needs to withstand the body blows that you take in the game of basketball. But that's going to come in time. It's going to come with experience.
Hanging out with Steve.
Yeah. Absolutely, and eating in our fueling stations and taking care of his body. He'll do that. That'll come in time. Right now he doesn't have that. But one thing Isaiah does have is he's got great speed, he's got great heart, and he's got to figure out how to use those things, to the best of his abilities to guard this year. But we've got capable defenders. I just don't think we have committed defenders, and that's my job as a coach.
Yeah. Getting guys dialed in.
And just
understanding that's what makes a great player.
And understanding, you brought it up. The game of college basketball, if you look at just over the last 3 to 4 years since NIL's come in, and now we've got these eligibility things going on. You've heard of the kid signs at Baylor, who's an NBA draft pick.
Yep.
You've got 2 G League players playing college basketball. You've got foreign kids, which we're the beneficiary of. Alon McKaylee is a foreign kid who's been playing professional basketball in Israel, now comes to college because he can make more money here than he was making as a pro in Israel. So you've got the universe of college basketball players has grown significantly over the last 3 or 4 years. When you talk about junior college players, NAIA players, foreign players, G League players, NBA draft picks, they're all coming back to play. But there's no new schools.
Right.
Roster limits have actually gone down in college, men's college basketball. They haven't gone up. So, you've got a lot of factors that now when you play in Northern Colorado, you play a Montana State, you play whoever it is, they're going to have good players. And guess what? Colorado or Northern Colorado had good players.
You think about all you just went down in terms of listing where all the players are coming from, and if you would have said that 2 years ago, people would have said Tad's drunk. That's what they would have said.
Yeah,
you know that?
they would.
Because
would
it's
have.
gotten so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so,
it might not be a bad idea. Maybe I should order some wine.
After the last 2 games, why not? Go ahead.
Exactly.
Go ahead. We're going to give you credit for that. Let's go and take a timeout. We're here at Carelli's. It's our first Buffs prime time of the season. One more segment coming with Tad. We got JR Payne and also Jalin Holland, who's going to join us, one of the freshmen for the Buffaloes as well. We'll go and take a timeout. Back in a moment. This is Colorado basketball from their field. Again, we're back on Buffs Prime Time here at Carelli's of Boulder. Man, we love being out at Carelli's. We've been out here many, many years for the show. Monday nights from 7 until 8 o'clock. Our program also brought to us by our friends at Coors Lights. Mountain Cold Refreshment, Choose Chill. Proud partner of CU Athletics. Celebrate responsibly. One more segment here with Tad Boyle. And then we've got JR Payne coming up. And Jalin Holland, the freshman for the Buffaloes. Hey, we've got Rick George is sitting right back there.
Yeah,
he's just on the verge of being our athletic director emeritus. Give Rick a big round of applause for all he's done over the years. Rick's been so awesome. You've been close to Rick. I've been close to Rick. Fernando Lobo, our new athletic director.
Exciting. Exciting stuff. I've not met him. I don't know him, but all the people that I've talked to that do know him or have worked with him or for him have good things to say. Rick says good things about him. So, I can't tell you, when you're early in your tenure as a coach and the guy who hired you is no longer around, you get somebody else new, it can be a little uneasy and unnerving, but we obviously got a great hop when we got Rick to come on board, and we've developed a good relationship through the years, and he's done a lot of great things for University of Colorado in our athletic department. So I'm hoping that Fernando can come in and kind of take the baton and take us to new heights, and because it is a totally different animal than when Rick got here or when I was hired, or like you said, just over the last 3-4 years. I mean, just the changes that we've seen, not just here at the University of Colorado, but just in general terms. And I don't like where we are in the state of college athletics. I think it's going to take some time and hopefully some leadership from the top. And I'm not just talking about the NCAA. I mean, we need help from the federal government, which is always a scary thought when you're asking for that. But we need some guidelines. We need some rules that everybody can live by. That's fair to the student athletes, fair to the schools, fair to everybody, the fans. Because I know a lot of people that are here tonight and a lot of people that I talk to. One of the things they love about college athletics is they love to see a kid like Jalin Holland, who's here tonight. You're going to talk to him next. That comes to Colorado for the right reasons. He didn't come here for money. Is he making some money? Yeah, he's making some money. Should he? Yeah, absolutely should. So that cat's out of the bag. That's going to continue. We don't want to change that. But he came here for the right reasons. They want to see Jalin grow, develop, get better, get a college degree, be a part of the Boulder community, call CU his home, away from home for the rest of his life, being able to bring his kids back and his grandkids back when he's, our age, and feel like he made a home here. And Boulder made a difference in his life, and he made a difference in the community's life and the school's life. And to me, that's what college – I don't want to lose that and I don't want to sound naive because we've seen it happen. And I think it can still happen in today's world. You just have to get the right kids from the right families. And I think when I look at the freshman class that we have in our program right now, man, the challenge is we got to keep them together.
Yes.
That's the challenge. And that's a challenge for me. It's a challenge for our new athletic director. It's a challenge for the university. It's a challenge for our community. And I want to rise to meet that challenge. And we're going to need this new athletic director's help in achieving that.
Well, you think about you talk about from the fan perspective, right?
Yes.
And all these folks sitting in front of us right now here at Carelli's tonight, all those listening, they got to know. I mean, pick your player. I mean,
pick your player.
Any one of the guys that have come through your program that you get to know and you get to watch and grow over the course of 2, 3, 4. And if they immediately are at the junior year, that's fine. They're going to the NBA. That's phenomenal. But you get to know those guys, and what we're seeing right now, this nomadic nature of hired guns kind of thing. It just it's hard for all of us that love this game to kind of swallow.
And the reality, Mark, is these young men and young women. I mean, it's not just a man. It's every sport, right? These young men and women, it's going to come back to haunt them 4, 5, 6 years after they graduate. Because if you've been at 4 schools in 4 years or 3 schools in 4 years,
where do you belong?
Where's home?
Yeah,
where
exactly right.
And what are the depths of your relationship, and who remembers you, and it's that those are the things that they're going to miss. They just don't know they're going to miss them.
Exactly right.
It's the old saying, you don't know what you don't know. Well, guess what our job is? Our job is to educate.
Yes.
Our job is to let these young men know that, hey, there's reasons to transfer. I'm not an anti-transfer guy. We've had players transfer,
Sure.
even when they had to sit out. And we've gotten transfers. I remember Carlin Brown when we first got here. You know, we were lucky to get him, and he had to sit out a year, and turned into a heck of a player. So I'm not anti-transfer. I'm not anti-NIL. I am pro-education and pro making a difference in young men's lives and them making a difference in my life. If I coach a kid for 1 year, he's not going to make it as much of an effect on. I look at a guy like Josh Scott who comes back, and you know, I mean, you pick the player. That's one nice thing about being at a place for so long is you've got those relationships and there's a culture that's been built, and we got to continue that. And I'm going to do everything I can in my power to keep it going.
Love it. Give a round of applause for that. I really thought about it here just a month or so ago when we had the Hall of Fame inductions. And you see, Jeff Campbell was one of them, and Mason Crosby. And think of the others that were Hall of Fame. And you think about how they all came back, and they talked glowingly about their 4 years here in Boulder and what it meant, how it affected their lives. And I just think we're kind of losing sight of that a little bit. So,
Mark, you're exact. I couldn't agree more. And I thought the same thing because you emceed that night, and you did a great job, as you always do. But I thought the same thing of that Hall of Fame. What are those Hall of Fame events going to be like 15 years from now?
Yeah.
And who's going to be in?
Right, yeah. We barely knew you. I don't know if you're a Hall of Famer. You were great when you were here for a few months, but I'm not sure. Hey, by the way, real quickly before we start talking about Arizona State, I had a dozen people ask me, is Alone feeling okay? Everyone was like, where was Alone Kaylee
he's better. He actually practiced today. He's not quite,
stomach issues, right?
He was throwing it was just, it was a bug. I've actually been sick twice during this season, and one of them was a bug like he had where it was not good. And you lose a lot of bodily fluids, as they say, people are eating. I know. That's why I'm trying to be.
Didn't
correct.
Bother Troy at all. He just took.
But I'm going to tell you, he was back today, and it was good to have him back. And look, sometimes that ground ball's hit to you at shortstop, and it's a clean, nice big hop for you. And sometimes it takes a bad hop. We got a bad hop with Alone being sick and not playing yesterday, but that's the way the ball bounces, and that's why you have depth, and we weren't able to overcome it, but it's good to have him back. He'll be fine.
This freshman class you were talking about, and first, give me a comment about Jalin Holland. We're going to talk to him here in a few minutes.
Well, yeah, number one, Jalin he comes from a great family, Albuquerque, New Mexico, and he went to his senior year. He went down to Arizona to play at a prep school, and to try to develop a little bit more and play against a little bit better competition every day. New Mexico high school basketball is a lot like Colorado high school basketball. It can be up and down when it comes to the competition. But he is a wonderful young man, great teammate. He's got a physicality about him. He's not your typical freshman. He's big, he's strong, he's athletic. He's not afraid of anything. He can really put the ball on the floor and attack the rim. His jump shot is he's certainly a capable shooter. He's not shooting the ball as well as he's capable of shooting, and I think that'll change here as his freshman year unwinds. But no, he's a terrific player. And it's funny. I just told you I met with he and Josiah Sanders today. I watched a little film with him, and he is a big part of the future of Colorado basketball. And he's getting some time right now, and next year he'll be getting more time. And he's going to be a guy that's going to be really fun to watch develop.
You can really see with him, with the physicality and the length that he has, he can be problematic.
He is. He is. I mean, he can be a defensive presence. I look for guys, how can he affect the game? He can affect the game in a lot of ways. I think he can become a really good rebounder for, his position. I think I mentioned he's going to shoot the ball. He's going to attack the rim. He's really good in transition. He's athletic. He's strong. And the thing I love about Jalin is he's got the memory of a goldfish. And what I mean by that, it's a really endearing quality.
Is that a compliment?
That is a compliment.
Okay,
because what I love about him is he can miss 4 shots in a row.
He doesn't think about it.
And he doesn't think about it. That 5th shot's going in, and guess what? It does. And so he doesn't let, those things kind of affect him. He just plays to the next play, and he doesn't, doesn't let things bother him. I mean, I'm sure they do at some level, but he's really shown a lot of maturity for a guy in his fresh. And I think our entire freshman class has done that.
I think so.
They've really stepped up. I mean, and I've talked about it a lot. We're a young team. We're playing a lot of young. Sometimes I look out there and I'm like, we got 4 freshmen out there.
We make comments about that all the time on the
air. I try not to think about it.
Bunch of 18-year-olds out there.
But you know what? They're not afraid. And that's one thing we learned on our trip to Australia this summer. Is guys like Jalin, guys like Josiah, guys like Isaiah. They're not afraid of anything or anybody, and you can put a loner in that mix. And a guy Ian Inman and Andrew Crawford, who are not playing right now. Andrew's a redshirt freshman. Ian's a true freshman. They've got great potential, and so we got to. I just want to keep this group together as best we can, and these fans can watch them grow and develop before their eyes.
Let's hope that short memory thing is a basketball characteristic and not an educational characteristic.
No,
he
did well
good?
academically.
Okay, all right.
No worries there.
Before I let you, give us a quick scouting report comment on Arizona State.
Well, I'm still worried about Colorado right now, watching film on us. But look, Bobby Hurley's teams that they're going to play hard.
Yeah.
They're going to be very aggressive. They're going to his teams always rebound the ball well. They've got a couple guards that can really put up numbers.
Okay.
They're a good team. That, like us though, going into the break, they lost a really tough game at home to Oregon State. One that I'm sure feel like they shouldn't have lost, but they're a talented team. I think they're a surprise on the upside when you look at their record relative to where they were picked, much like we are. Now, we stubbed our toe here last couple games, but Arizona State has as well. And I think you talk to any college coach right now, maybe save for half a dozen schools, and everybody wants a game or two back.
Yep.
And so we're no different in that category. And we just have to learn from our mistakes, and that's what this process is all about. We got to embrace the process, Mark.
Buffaloes at Arizona State opening up Big 12 Conference play 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. Tad, good luck. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
All right, there's the head coach, Tad Boyle. Here the Buffaloes will take on the Sun Devils on Saturday. Colorado basketball is brought to us by Modelo, a reward for those with a fighting spirit. Modelo, brewed for full-time Buffs fans. The aforementioned Jalin Holland is going to join us as we continue here at Carelli's tonight, our first Buffs prime time of the year. This is Colorado basketball from their field. Basketball is brought to us by Pepsi. Grab yourself an ice-cold Starry Lemon Lime flavored soda for the ball game. Starry hits different. Starry, proud sponsor of Colorado Athletics. We're here at Carelli's, the best restaurant in Boulder, Colorado. I was just telling Jalin that you got to make sure if you want Italian food, you come to Carelli's. We're out here on Monday nights from 7 until 8 o'clock with Buffs Prime Time. JR Payne still to come. Now we mentioned the aforementioned freshman for the Buffaloes, Jalin Holland. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Thanks for being here.
Yes, sir.
It's kind of intimidating. Look at all those people out there. Look
Yeah.
at them. Huh? They're all really nice. I promise you. You can talk, and they want to hear what you have to say. How are you getting accustomed to college life? I mean, you come here from down in New Mexico.
Yes, sir.
Where exactly? Albuquerque or Los Lunas?
Los Lunas.
Okay, where's that at?
It's about 30 minutes south of Albuquerque.
Okay, so just outside of Albuquerque.
Yeah, a little suburb.
And how are you getting accustomed to college life and all this?
I'm getting a little adjusted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Boulder's a little different than Albuquerque.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What have you noticed about the town right here? What do you like about Boulder so far?
It's a lot colder than New Mexico.
Yes,
I can tell you that.
it is, yeah. And we haven't had anything yet. Just wait. It'll get a lot worse.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not ready for that.
And how about college basketball? That's an adjustment for you as well.
Yeah, super big adjustment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's been the thing that probably has been most striking for you?
Shoot, there's a lot. College basketball.
Yeah.
One of the things I'd say is probably like adjusting to having a lot of good teammates.
Yeah.
Playing with your teammates and through the team.
You kind of get accustomed. Back in high school, you were kind of big man on campus, right? You're as good as anybody, more athletic than most guys. You get here, everybody's really good.
Yep.
You don't walk out in the court and face anybody that's kind of a flunky, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Expectations in terms of your freshman year? I mean, everyone thinks you're going to come in and be, going to be the big man on campus in college, but you got to learn a little bit. You're getting playing time. Tad's talking about, having meetings with you about, we need you to play better defensively. We need you to be one of those guys.
Yep.
How do you like your role in terms of where it's at right now?
Yeah, I mean, my role is my role, so nothing I could do much about that instead of
work harder and play better.
Yeah, exactly, and fill that role and do it to the best that I can.
Yeah. Tell us about your family back in New Mexico.
I got two brothers, one sister, all older than me. I'm the youngest.
Really?
Yeah. Really.
That should make you the toughest then, right?
Yeah,
you
for
can
sure.
kind of get beat up by those older siblings growing up.
Bullied all my life. Yeah,
that's right.
I can say that.
Okay.
Athletic family. Both my brother and sister played Division I.
Where were they playing?
My brother played Division I. He was kind of all over. He played he finished at Detroit Mercy. I'll just say that.
All right.
And my sister played all 4 years at Utah Valley.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. Mom and Dad, were they athletes as well?
Yes, they were. My mom played college basketball in Minnesota.
Okay.
Or Minnesota. I'm sorry.
One of the M's up north there, where it's cold. Yeah.
Yeah. And then my dad played football at New Mexico Highlands.
Did he really? Okay.
Yes.
Now, your dad is an official, is that right?
Yes, he is.
A college basketball official.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. He will never be officiating one of our games.
No.
That's not going to happen.
No, I don't think the rules work like that.
How long has he been doing that?
Really long time.
Okay.
Since I could, probably before I was born.
Yeah. What does he? Do you talk to him after every game?
Yeah, mostly every game. Yeah.
Really? Mm-hmm. What kind of advice is he? He was a football guy, but now he's a basketball official. What's he telling you?
Yeah. On the reffing standpoint, he tries to come for me, be like, yeah, that might have been a foul. Yeah, you can't really do that.
Does he tell you not to complain about the officials?
Oh yeah. My whole life.
Right.
I used to heckle refs, maybe out of frustration of my dad because he's one, but he'd always used to tell me, just don't. It's gonna make it worse.
Was basketball always your game? Was that obviously growing up going to be your sport?
It was always divided with football.
Okay.
I always liked that too.
Really? What position?
I grew up I played running back until I got to high school, and then I grew a little bit, played receiver.
I was going to say, with your body type, wide receiver, defensive end, you can see those kind of things.
Yeah.
Did you ever consider pursuing that, or was it?
Yeah, I wanted to. It was about my freshman year of high school. I broke my arm playing football. Yeah. And I had pretty good looks in basketball already, so I just decided to hang it up and just focus on one thing.
All right. What are you studying? What do you want to be when you grow up? After basketball.
After basketball, that's a great question. I couldn't tell you.
That's okay. You're a freshman. That's allowed. This team, being around this group of guys, I get the sense this group's pretty tight.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah. You can say that.
Yeah. Who's the jokester of the group? Who's the guy that's the personality on this team?
Taco for sure.
Oh, is that right?
Taco. Yeah, he's always got something to say. He's always saying something. He's always laughing.
All right.
Along with that, I'd probably say John as well.
Okay.
Him and Taco, like, if you just walk into a room, it's gonna be them gapping about something.
All right.
Yeah.
Is Josiah a talker? I got kind of the sense he may.
Yeah, Josiah's a talker.
I can see him talk a little bit.
Yeah.
Too, where this team is coming off a couple of ball games like this, you and Tad talking about it. How are you guys as a group in terms of what you need to do defensively now that you're jumping in a Big 12 conference play here?
Yeah, I mean, coming together as a team and really, like, emphasizing that this is what we need to do and we have to do it. Keeping each other accountable for, I don't know, giving up boards and stuff like that, and just being on each other more.
Yeah. Are you a New Year's resolution kind of guy?
No, I'm not.
Nothing at all.
No.
Nothing at all. You're doing everything correctly right now, so you don't need to resolve anything.
Yeah, if I feel like I'm not, I'm gonna change it on the spot.
Hey, keep up the good work. You're really a lot of fun to watch.
Thank you.
And you're a young player, but you can see, like Tad was saying, we want to see you here 3-4 years, watch you grow up and become a great player.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's hear it for Jalin Holland. Exciting young player for the Buffaloes as they get set to open up Big 12 conference play on Saturday at Arizona State. We'll go and take another timeout. JR Payne and the women, they've got a New Year's Eve game coming up. We'll talk with the head coach of the women's team after this. Here at Carelli's, this is Colorado basketball from their field. Well, back one final time on Buffs Prime Time here at Carelli's tonight. Just blocks away from the event center. We've got an evening out. You want to grab some good Italian food, you always come out here to Carelli's. Hey, JR Payne is joining us. Her Buffs are 9-4 right now. And they're getting ready for a New Year's Eve game. And how are the holidays, first off?
Holidays
you didn't have a
were
lot of
great.
time, though, did you?
Not a lot of time, no. So we played in Arizona a couple days before, and then we were down there recruiting a day after. And so by the time we got back here, it was just a mad dash to, like, food and wrapping and getting everybody organized. But it was great. It was awesome. Anytime I can have all my children in one place, which I do tonight, I have all three of them here. Anytime I can have them in one place, I'm a happy camper.
They are getting large.
Yes,
they're getting big,
they're
aren't
large
they?
and
They're
in
growing up.
charge.
Holy cow.
Yeah, they're pretty great.
I think about when you came on board here, they were just, I mean.
Yeah, on my lap.
Yeah, that's right. They would
They
come
don't
up and
fit
sit.
on my lap anymore.
And all right, the Buffs are sitting at 9-4 right now. All
Yeah.
right. Well, we just heard. This is kind of therapy for you coaches when you come in, right? We already had went through Tad and his there. How are you feeling about where you're at right now?
I am feeling like we still have a long ways to go.
Okay.
We have great talent. We have great potential. We have 10 new players, you know,
Right.
as a lot of people do, and so we're still putting it together. We have quarters where we're great offensively and quarters where we're great defensively, and at times we put it together, but I don't know that we have yet to put it all together yet. I think when we do, we're going to be pretty good.
When you roll a roster over like that, and sadly enough, as we talked to Tad a while ago, that's becoming part of what we do with the college athletics. The difficulty of the growth and the symbiotic nature of players understanding how to play with each other. That's hard to develop, isn't it?
It is hard to develop. In fact, we just talked about it today with some of our players, because one thing that I absolutely love about our team is we have awesome kids on our team. I tell everybody we don't have a single brat on our team. Like, they are awesome. They're great kids. They're competitive.
If you did, would you tell us which one it was?
Maybe. Off the air.
Okay,
Not on
off
the
the air.
air.
All right,
I'm
all right.
smarter than that. I've been around the block a few times. But anyway, so we have that. So we have great chemistry. They get along, all of that stuff. But it is, I mean, basketball is an intricate sport. Like, there's a lot of processing that happens and has to happen very quickly. And they are still learning each other. And we're still, you know, we've had a couple really key injuries, losing our point guard. And so we're moving people in and out of spaces, and that takes time to adjust. And that's why I say we're just not where we're going to be, but we're pretty good.
You know, I think I've heard of coaches doing unique things to try and help speed up that process. Have you tried to do anything or thought about that much or talked with your staff about that?
Yeah, I mean, we do a lot of, like, team building and stuff in the summer, things like that, really just for us to try to learn new kids as well, but also for them to learn each other.
Sure.
One thing we did that was funny, have you guys seen the show Hot Ones?
No, what is it?
Okay, it's hilarious. It's and I'm going to butcher it, but I'll go quickly. So you have, like, a famous person, let's say Kevin Hart, okay, comes on the show, and there's laid out like 10 different hot wings and 10 different hot sauces. And they're asking him questions. So they're talking, like, serious questions. They're trying to have a real conversation. And he's eating these really, really spicy, and he's, like, crying and sweating and it's all bad. Anyways, we did something like that with our team this summer. So people always ask us, well, what do you do to team build? And Toriano pulls some crazy stuff out of his hat. But that was one funny thing that we did. But, yeah, a lot of team building, a lot of, you know, we watch a lot of film to try to talk through things to grow their IQ and things like that.
Is this whole process of putting a team together now, how much more challenging? I mean, there's the financial aspect, we know that. But in terms of that rolling over your roster like I talk about and finding the right pieces, has just the construction of the roster become that much harder?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, for us, so much of it, I mean, certainly you need a skill set. Like, let's say, you know, you're graduating Frida Foreman. We must find a shooter or two or three to replace her. You know, you need a post player. You need a point guard. That part isn't that difficult, I don't think. Watch the film. Can the kid handle the ball? Can they make the decisions? Great. But it's the chemistry part of it, you know, and for us, it's really important. I know it is for Tad and their program as well, like, to find the right people for your program, kids that are competitive, kids that want to work hard, kids that love the game of basketball. You'd be shocked at how many are playing college basketball that don't really love it, you know, like, want to work and want to spend extra time and things like that. So our staff spends a lot of time, like, when we're recruiting out of the portal, we're talking to obviously the kid and their parents, but, like, their current coaches, their high school coaches, their pastor, their, anybody that you can talk to that really knows who they are beyond their skill set is important.
I did one of your games on TV here, 2-3 weeks ago, and you and I were chatting beforehand. The thing that struck me about your team, you've got phenomenal length on this team, JR.
Yeah.
Is that done on purpose?
That is on purpose, yeah. So for 25 years, T and I have always said we want long, versatile, athletic players. And I think that those qualities, even now more than ever with transfers in and out, and you don't necessarily know who you're going to have, and I think that versatility piece is even more important than it's ever been.
Yeah. They've just become so disruptive, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When you've got players like that.
We did, yeah. I mean, and Logan Greer, who's probably our longest player, who's been really good. She's our leading scorer as a freshman at that forward position. I've actually played her at the wing all week. Just trying to see how can we, get some different looks and things like that on the floor. I don't know that it's a long-term solution, but to have so today on a team we had 5'11" point guard, 6'2" wing, 6'4" wing, 6'4", 6'5" inside.
Wow.
I mean, that's a long lineup. So
where would JR Payne as a player fit in that lineup, do you think?
I don't know that I was as good as anybody we have, but I was tougher than some of them.
I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that.
But I was a point guard, so I would have fit that long, that long group.
Tell Logan Greer, talk about her as a player and a person, what she is.
Logan is she's really talented. Yeah, like she's the ultimate, long, versatile, athletic player. She's like athletic. She can get to the rim. She can put the ball on the floor. She's a great shooter. She really has a guard skill set. Like she can pull up. She can read a ball screen, and shoots the ball like a guard. She just is naturally played. Most 6'4" kids, females, have played inside their whole lives. And so we're just continuing to try to stretch her and, challenge her in different ways. But she's a really special talent.
Where is this team defensively from where you want it to be?
We have as a world of potential defensively. Like we can switch aggressively. We have 3 different players on our team that at their previous schools were all conference defensive players.
Okay.
And so we have a lot of potential. One thing that's a little bit unique is all of those players, they played in systems where they were supposed to play it a little bit safer. Like they kind of contain and contest and keep their man in front of them. And we want to be different than that. We want to be disruptive and get out and pressure and turn people over. And so that's something that is we're asking them to sort of shift their mindset. And we're trying to let you cut you loose. Like you can be as aggressive as you want to be. When in doubt, be aggressive, we say all the time. And so we're seeing a little bit more of that. Actually, we had a really good week of practice this week defensively, and trying to be more disruptive.
You've got Arizona coming in. You got the New Year's Eve game. That's a 7 o'clock game coming up on Wednesday night. So come and watch women's basketball, then go out and get yourself in trouble or whatever you're going to do on New Year's Eve. Give us a bit of a scouting report on Arizona. Yeah,
also a brand new team. So they have a new coach. Becky Burke came from Buffalo.
Okay.
And this is something I haven't seen in 25 years. Their entire preseason has been played in Tucson.
Really?
So all 12 games.
Not a neutral court game, not a road game, nothing.
No. So,
wow.
I mean, we're going to do our best to welcome them, as best we can to 5,375 feet, or whatever the number is. But
yes.
But yeah, they're good. So they're a brand new team, brand new players, everything. They have a kid averaging almost 20 a game that we're going to have to really lock in on.
Yeah, Toto, you're not in Kansas anymore, right? Welcome to Boulder, Colorado. Hey, keep up the good work. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
And wrap up 2025 with a nice win.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's hear it for JR Payne. She and the women have got Arizona on Wednesday night. The men Saturday at Arizona State. Our thanks to Carelli. He's going to be back here for Buffs Prime Time. We're back next Monday night from 7 until 8 o'clock, and we appreciate you all coming out and joining us here tonight.